Well, the lights are going to go out. Who will it be? Who will get the best out of the way? Connor Cummins is good. So too is Gary Johnson, Ian Hutchinson and Anstey. Look at Farquhar coming through, and that's who we're riding with as we go down towards the Flying Kilo for the very first time in this race. Oh, and Farquhar's going to get bullied out, is he? It's Connor Cummins, though, who leads. Ian Hutchinson is looking menacing. Anstey, much better this time. Farquhar's there as well. So too Gary Johnson.
Fantastic start by Guy Martin on the Hydrex Honda. He looked as though he got boxed in the very beginning, but used the slipstream to great effect and leads into Leathamstown.
Yes, but of course there's a long, long way to go. Guy Martin on the back wheel. And what will he be pulling here at this point?
Well, they're going up through the gearbox into the top gear to approach Steers Leap, and it's going to be anything like 180 miles an hour plus. Absolutely
stunning. The next wave gets away. Look for the doctor in the background there, but that's not Valentino Rossi, of course. That's the touring medic. Oh, Guy Martin, looked like a bit of a moment for him there.
Yeah, I think Guy was just running a touch wide there and got into a little bit of trouble, and Connor Cummins came through.
Yes, Connor Cummins now takes over at the front, and look at them behind him. Guy Martin still in second. Anstey is looking good in third. Gary Johnson, well, he likes his superbikes, doesn't he? Locker also looking good. Ian Hutchinson, well, we saw not such a great start from him as Guy Martin. Outrageous, absolutely outrageous, goes through to take the lead. So down to the hairpin they go. Connor Cummins perhaps looking to go up the inside of Guy Martin, but I think Guy Martin's got it covered.
Yeah, Guy holding a good line there, but Connor Cummins, I'm sure he feels comfortable. He's done the lap speed on Thursday. He knows he can run at the front, and he'll be confident.
Ryan Farquhar with Ian Locker just behind. Pair of old sparring partners there. So Cummins in behind Guy Martin. Gary Johnson looking very good in fourth place. And is this the race where Gary Johnson comes good?
Yeah, Gary Johnson looking strong on the Yule Duncan Robinson Concrete Honda, but getting exciting at the front here with Guy Martin and Connor Cummins.
Yes, Guy Martin, of course, who had that great year back in 2006 at the Ulster Grand Prix. Connor Cummins is yet to win an international road race, of course. He may have done the business at the Dundrod 150 earlier in the week, but this, with no disrespect to the Dundrod 150, in his eyes anyway, is the real deal. Anstey back in fourth place, Johnson through to third. And there's Ryan Farquhar leading the next little pack as well. So group of four at the front and a pack of three just behind. And here they come, Farquhar, big-handed by Ian Hutchinson, but we're back at the front. Connor Cummins now, where can he get past Guy Martin?
Well, I'm sure that Connor Cummins will look to try and drag by on his way to the windmill now, if at all possible. Guy seems to be struggling through Pirot there, and yeah, here goes Connor.
Yeah, Connor Cummins goes through again. So again, another quite technical little section, that one.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, on these superbikes, everything is very narrow at these speeds, and you have to be very precise.
Well, looking back as we get a face full of Ian Hutchinson, and has he gone through on Ryan Farquhar? Well, here goes Guy Martin again alongside, and Gary Johnson's looking for a tow, and Connor Cummins gets well and truly beaten up there, doesn't he? He gets mugged as Johnson goes through and Guy Martin goes through. Connor Cummins will have to pick himself back up from that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's still time to do it, and obviously, as we say, he's just giving a watching brief at the moment.
Guy Martin with Gary Johnson. And Guy Martin, well, he's been banging on the door, hasn't he, of a big win for a long, long time. It's not really come his way. Is this going to be his moment yet again? He knows what it takes. He's been there plenty of times before. But the two guys behind him haven't, have they? Gary Johnson and Connor Cummins. And there's two men he knows all about back in fourth place. Bruce Anstey with Ian Hutchinson for very close company. And here goes Gary Johnson as he draws up alongside Ian Hutchinson. Well, Bruce Anstey's gapped them, hasn't he? So Bruce Anstey wants to get involved as well. And Ian Hutchinson's trying to get a piece of the pie as well. And it's going to be, could be, another close finish, Jason.
Yeah, Bruce Anstey is towing Ian Hutchinson now onto the front group. Hutchie's had some work to do, but he's arriving on the back of this group.
So Guy Martin, Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson takes the wide line. That might just open the door for Connor Cummins. Indeed it has. Cummins takes full advantage, goes back into second place. Bruce Anstey back in fourth. And Ian Hutchinson back in fifth. And you can pick any one of these five for the race win. As we look at Ryan Farquhar further back in sixth place. Another lap completed, and And we're on board with Conor Cummins, and again, as we get a big juicy one across the lens, Conor Cummins goes up into the lead, does he? Indeed he does, and Gary Johnson's trying to get a pull through as well at the flying kilo, but it's not going to happen on this occasion. Hutchinson's through on Anstey, but it's Cummins who's back in the lead once again. And again, Jason, any plans, or is it just throw it all in?
Well, he's drafted past on the flying kilo. I know he's very pleased with the ZX10. McAdoo Kawasaki, race techniques. Andy Colburn and Mike Parry have done a fantastic job on the engine for the team this year.
And was it ever this close when you were racing superbikes at the Ulster?
Well, I think, you know, racing at the Ulster is always close. The nature of the track means that you get fantastic racing, and today's certainly no different. It's fantastic out there.
Well, Bruce Anstey just struggling to stay with the front four. And that's a front four that's being led by Conor Cummins. It has Guy Martin in second place, Ian Hutchinson up in the third, and Gary Johnson will be very disappointed in fourth place if he doesn't manage to get on the podium. Here is Ryan Farquhar right on the back wheel of Ian Locker. We mentioned old sparring partners. They've had a little bit of history between them, these two riders. Two fantastic professionals though, and two very smooth riders.
Yeah, definitely both very, very experienced, and that'll be an interesting battle.
Well, here they come, Ian Locker and Ryan Farquhar. And Farquhar will want to get past Ian Locker, he's having a go. And again, a typical move as he gets into a bit of a tank slapper. And you don't want to really lose it there, do you?
No, definitely not. Copperstown, very difficult corner, downhill approach, but Ryan made the move.
Well, here comes Ian Hutchinson on Guy Martin. Hutchinson, of course, not the greatest of starts, but starts don't count. It's the finishes that matter. So through he goes, but it's Conor Cummins who leads. And you can't discount Gary Johnson still. Now then, the hairpin, different lines into here. Which is the best one? Yeah,
Conor really took a conventional approach, and Ian Hutchinson coming down the inside, but everybody came out of it in the same position that they went into the hairpin.
Well, there's Adrian Archibald, a quieter Ulster Grand Prix for him.
William Dunlop on the CD Yamaha.
A few more miles for William around Dundrod. Well, just under 8 miles left of this Dundrod circuit. Conor Cummins will lead them on to the last lap, and I bet he wishes that was the checkered flag he passed right now, because Ian Hutchinson still very close. Guy Martin third. Fourth is Gary Johnson. Conor Cummins still leads them. Well, it's Locker versus Farquhar still. And Locker against Farquhar. Locker just moving around slightly in the centre of the road. Farquhar keeping it more central, but not Farquhar's race this one.
No, unfortunately for Ryan, I think he was due to ride one of the MSS Colchester Kawasaki's, but problems at the Brands Hatch BSB round meant that they couldn't make a bike available for him.
Well, Gary Johnson's through on Guy Martin now. Guy Martin will be looking to hit back. It's a pity they all can't get on the podium. Conor Cummins, though, looking really mature. Is this the moment for Conor Cummins? He's plied his time at Macau, the Isle of Man, the Northwest, but he's leading and he's looking good, Jason.
Yeah, very good, and you know, we're back to this battle still raging between Ian Locker and Ryan Farquhar. Yeah, just go for the Deers leap, and Ian with a slight advantage at the minute.
It's going to go all the way to the wire, this one, as... Oh, Gary Johnson!
Yeah, Gary just ran wide. They're really lucky to keep that on the track, and Guy Martin slips around the outside.
But it's going to be Conor Cummins who takes his first ever international road race win. Ian Hutchinson is second. What a storming finish. Another fantastic race here at the Ulster. Gary Johnson fourth behind Guy Martin. Ian Hutchinson second, but it will be a delighted Conor Cummins talking to Stephen.
Put my head down from the word go and just push as hard as I could, and then Guy, Gary and Hutchie started coming past me and putting sniffs at the inside, and I just had to use my head as much as I possibly could, and thanks to the McAdoo boys, they've given me a bike that's enabled me to win here today.
Time for the second Super Sport race of the day, and if it's anything like the first one, it's going to be an absolute thriller. Scotsman Keith Moore should have been in pole position, but his place on the front row is empty after his crash a little earlier. So the man who'll be leading him away is Welshman Ian Locker, one of the oldest riders here at Dundrod, but with a wealth of experience. I'll just squeeze past you a second. Ian, can you add to your 14 wins here at the Ulster Grand Prix?
Yeah, I can. Just depends on the... Oh, fantastic. No, it's difficult, you know. That I was just really pleased to be involved with that first 600 race. It was fantastic, and I wasn't at all not worried about finishing on the rostrum. You know, it's such a good ride and enjoyed it. I went back to 7th, 8th, back to 3rd, back to 4th. You know, and yeah, fantastic race. You know, and it was great to be involved and all good, clean fun.
Well, let's hope we're on for another one as well, and the conditions are superb. Right, Farquhar looking relaxed, and Jason, this is going to be another corker.
Yeah, definitely too difficult to call. We'll just have to see how it pans out.
Michael, you would have expected on the 600, but it was his brother William last time round.
Yeah, definitely, and Michael with a technical problem, I think, with the R6 in the first race. So let's see how he gets on this time.
Well, Ian Locker in pole, of course, no Keith